have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new vlog. It's Friday and hubby's off work, so that's really good. We're ready to start another day of renovations today. Let me update you on this first. Last night, because we can't even sit down in the evenings without doing something to do with the renovation, so basically last night we were just looking at what needs plastering, where we need plastering, where we need skimming, and in the hallway all the plaster was crumbling right up to where it joins onto that really intricate detail in the ceiling. And I'm not joking, guys, it was giving me absolute heart palpitations, so much anxiety, because I didn't want it to crumble off and take I think it's made out of plaster, that intricate detail in the ceiling. Let me insert some footage now from last night and just show you what I mean. All this plaster work, what you can see above on the top of this brickwork, is literally, as soon as you touch it, it's just falling from the ceiling. Oh my god. This is everything that's fell from the ceiling. Yeah, so as you can imagine, I was really sweating. I took that little bit of footage and I said to hubby, I cannot watch you even do this. It was literally like knocking on it and it was just like, it just kept crumbling off. And I thought, if it gets to the top, it's going to bring the plaster with it, because I think that intricate detailing is made out of plaster. I'm not too sure. But if we damaged any of it, then the whole bit has to be replaced. And like, who even does that job these days? You know, like it's an old house. So I think you can get it made, like mouldings, but I'm sure it would cost a fortune. Not sure. Anyway, don't want to be replacing it in the first place. It got saved. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, I got all the plaster off, so I'll give you a little update there as well. I'm also starting to settle a little bit better in the house. Like today the sun's shining, so that's really nice. It does make such a difference when the sun's shining in an old creepy house, creaky, crumbling, you know what, I'm sick to death of saying it, you're probably sick of hearing it as well. Yeah, so we're just faffing today, doing some little bits of jobs. I've also got to paint the RSJ steel beam that went in where the arch is going to be in the snug. Yeah, we've got to paint that today with the red oxidisation paint that we picked up from Screwfix, I think in the last vlog, and it just stops that steel beam from rusting. So it's better to prepare your area before all this plastering gets done and things like that. So yeah, it's just these little jobs that need doing, prep work, shall we say, until we can get a plasterer in. We've got a plasterer coming soon to quote us for the whole area, phase 1 area. So that's exciting, because once the plastering's been done, I love the plastering stage. I love the way it looks, the colour of the plaster, and when it's drying out. And then basically it's just going to all get painted white and it'll be like a fresh new room. And then that's when the fun can start, so I can start to really have some fun in there with like interior design. So I can't wait to start, but I'm going to take my time with the design choices. Oh, we've got some birds outside visiting us. Obviously there's loads of birds around here and animals. What I've noticed in everybody's garden also is, let me just say, squirrels. They're just in everybody's gardens. Clearly they're leaving out nuts and things, so we need to leave some nuts, because like, just call me Snow White, because I just want to be visited by all of the woodland creatures. It's my happy place. Yeah, so Ash has gone out to B&Q, and probably B&Q, I'm just guessing, but it'll be B&Q, I bet you any money. He's been to B&Q and Screwfix. If I was to take a wild guess. We like live in these stores during a renovation. Yeah, he's just nipped out for some bits and bobs, so I'm just waking up with a cup of tea. I'm back on tea, guys. I'm off the coffee for some reason at the moment. I've been just wanting a nice cup of tea, and I've been putting a little tiny teaspoon of honey in, and yeah, it's just really calming for me. So maybe I've been so anxious and not sleeping very well and settling very well because the coffee's making me anxious. I'm just self-assessing.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes.
So, yeah, but the fire's contained just in there. I don't understand the dynamics of it, to be honest with you. So would that the whole thing be tiled up to there, you mean?
Been replaced at some point, I don't know yet, so we'll open it up, but you could have it different ways.
Oh my god, that's so satisfying, hubby. Oh my god. Wow. Oh wow, that's the original back. I'll keep going, hubby, because
Let's look at some pictures, see what you fancy.
Good morning, everybody. I am here in the snug lounge. It's all nice and tidy, and just before I give you a quick tour of the room and what we've done in the last couple of days, I just thought I'd pop on here while the camera is all set up on the tripod, because I've just literally shot my thumbnail for this video. So while I'm here, yeah, it's Saturday currently, and we've just booked a table for dinner tonight. We're going to have a little evening off and have some time to ourselves, because it's just been non-stop here at the house. But we've finally got to a stage where hubby's just like tidying everything up, ready for a plasterer who's going to be doing us a quote this weekend, so the first phase can get like plastered, we think. So we'll let you know what happens with that. But yeah, I'll show you around and show you all the updates we've done in the last couple of days. Okay, so we're going to start here at the front door, and the major transformation that's happened in the last few days since you guys last seen was actually this fireplace. And you will have seen from the footage us knocking it out and uncovering the original Edwardian fireplace. It's just really dramatic, and it just got me really upset. Not upset, what's the word? Emotional. I felt really emotional when this was being uncovered, and I can't believe they blocked it up and minimised it so much. I mean, look at that. It's all black with soot from back in the day. It's amazing, isn't it? And you can't see because it's very dark, but you can see right up there now. It's just amazing. There's all the rubble. So here's what you see, and here is what I see. So I put that on my Instagram, what you see versus what I see. And that's literally what happens to me when I walked in this house. I could vision everything, just how it's going to look in the end. I already knew that this was the house for me from some sort of vision that I have. Like, even though you couldn't see past, most people can't see past the way it looked when we first viewed this property. But I just knew what it could look like. Yeah, so not sure we're going to do exactly the same as that with the fireplace. But do you know what I'm thinking, guys? My plans will change and evolve over time. But I'm thinking we should leave that rustic bare brick as it is. And then just everything else being fresh and white and new. And then that will really stick out as a rustic antique feature. That's what I'm thinking, you guys. Not sure what we're going to do with it. So you'll see as this evolves. So that's happened. Moving on, I'm going to come and show you down this side because you can see a little bit better. But we literally had to plan where the panelling is going to go. So as you can see, these drawings on the walls, that's where the panelling is going to go. And then we had to design the sockets around the panelling so that they're equally spaced. They're not going to get in the way of the panelling. And yeah, so we're having obviously a socket there, and then coming down here we're going to have a socket the other side. Let me stand back so you can see that back wall. And can you see the panelling? We'll be having a panel here, very tall panel, right up to the dado rail. We've even drawn there where the dado rail is going to be. So the panelling will be tall right up to the dado rail, a bigger panel in the centre, and then another panel at that side as well. Also, we're having our light switch on this side, so that's been done as well, ready. And then if I stand really far back and show you guys the bay window, did I tell you guys that I convinced Hubby to get the sash windows? So we're going to excitingly have someone come round and quote us for that soon and have a look at some options. And then again, we've planned the panelling on this wall here, and again on that wall there we had to draw on where the dado rail also is going to be, because let me come closer so you can see. We had to draw on the dado rail where it's going to be and then where the panelling is going to be, because around here is going to be 2 wall sconces on either side of the window. So that as you're coming down the stairs and you look into the archway, there's going to be 2 lovely, gorgeous lights right down there. So almost that bay window is going to be a focal point of the room. Also, when you look this side, the fireplace will be a focal point of the room, and it's just magnificent, isn't it? I just feel like it's so gorgeous. And then equally, if you stand in the window and look towards the stairs, you've got that gorgeous view of the stairs. And then equally, when you look this way, you're going to have the gorgeous archway with corbels on, so that'll be a feature in itself. And the gorgeous like staircase. Also, that back wall, we're gonna imitate the design of that staircase panelling, and we're going to imitate it right the way around onto that wall. Originally I wasn't going to do that. I was only going to take it up to the corner and have it as a normal wall, but I think it'll look loads better if it looks like it's part of the staircase, because it actually is. There's more stairs up there into our master suite, so it makes more sense that way, doesn't it? And then it separates the whole way from the snug room, kind of. So we've also done some socket on this side of the chimney breast wall, and then also equally on that side of the chimney breast wall. And it's really difficult because when you're getting your electricians in to do the first fix, now luckily my husband is an electrician, as you all know, but you've got to plan out the room and where you want the sockets, because once they've done that first fix, that's it. You'll have to pay more to get them out if you want anything changing. So it can get very costly if you're having to pay for like tradesmen. So it's still really difficult, even having hubby as an electrician, because sometimes you don't know what you want as the design of the room. Do you know what I mean? So we've kind of had to plan. Some sort of planning has had to happen. And yeah, so I don't know what that space is going to look like in the end, but you can get the vision so far, kind of, can't we? Okay, so what else has happened? So obviously this is phase one. Hubby's doing the first fix, and like I said, we've got more wiring being done here. He's had to go down in the floor, wire everything in. Also that RSJ has been painted with that red oxidization paint so that it doesn't rust, so that's why that's looking all red. The rest of the plaster, as you can see, has come off very carefully, giving me major anxiety, that crumbling plaster. That's all come off, so we're back to bare brick here in the hallway and above the door, but that's ready to all get plastered now from the plasterers. Also, we have wired in, I say we, Ash has wired in the ceiling rolls there in the hallway, so we're going to have a gorgeous light fitting hanging over the stairs. And then if we look up the stairs, that is a gorgeous space. It goes very high, and it's almost like a second hallway up here. As you come out the master there, you've got another staircase, and then this, I don't know if you can see up there, but there's ceiling detail right up there as well. It's very tall, it's very grand, and we'll be having a ceiling rose put in there and a big chandelier again hanging over that part of the staircase. So when you walk out of the bedroom there, there'll be a gorgeous hallway. You'll come down the stairs, down these stairs, and then you'll see the archway. Gorgeous chandelier hanging here in front of the doors, and that'll be my view when I come down the stairs. How nice! Ta-da! So that's all I've got to show you guys today. Oh, I will give you a tour of the bedroom, but nothing's really happened in there. We stripped it all back, as you saw last time, up in the master room. Hubby's just wiring in the wires, so I will give you a look at when he's finished. He's actually up there right now. If you've heard any drilling in the background, there you go. That's him doing that right now. So I will pop back on and show you kind of what's going on with the wiring and the lighting up there, because I've planned some really nice lighting upstairs. We've also excitingly uncovered the original fireplace in the bedroom as well, so that were really exciting. I'll pop some footage in there next for you, and then we'll do a tour of the bedroom. No, well, don't then. I can be super cute and get you a glass of water. Well, I don't know if you don't tell me, hubby.
I'm asking you, not telling.
Aww. You are cute, aren't you? Right, you're definitely that cute. I'm going to go and get you a glass of water.
Oh. I'm actually put your lighting. No,
Okay guys, we're in the bedroom now, so I thought I would give you a quick update in here. So we've had the first fix done. All the old sockets, they were too close to the architrave, the original ones. So we've spaced them out and we've had to like carefully think about where the panelling's going to go. So they're well spaced out. I can't remember the measurements we used, but I'll go through that again with you when we're doing the panelling, because it's that we've measured around those. We've got some wiring done here, a socket. We've done one for the TV on the wall. Now I really did not want to put a TV on the wall in here because I just think it's a shame that we're going to have to build a room around a TV. So yeah, I was really umming and ahhing about it, and I've decided not to have one in the snug downstairs, so that's the quiet room, no media. But like hubby said, you do love to watch a movie in bed, and I do. So I'm gonna have to have a TV on the wall, but I think you can get them like looking like picture frames so that they're well hidden, so it could just look like a piece of artwork over the fireplace. So it was all blocked up, as you guys saw from the footage. It's been plastered over, all this was blocked up. We've saved some of the bricks just in case we need them, because I'm going to explain what we're going to do with this. So as we started knocking out the plaster and where it was all like bricked up, we noticed that the fireplace is not central to that chimney breast wall. So the plan is, and it's a lot smaller than the one downstairs as well. It's still quite big, you know, though. So what we're going to do is build up with the bricks. We're going to build it up on this side. It will end up a little bit of a smaller opening by doing this, but this way we get to keep the fire in the bedroom. It's just because I need it central. That's going to really annoy me. And yeah, we're going to brick up this side and build it up and then round, and we'll create a new opening so that it's nice and central. So yeah, the opening will be a little bit smaller, but we'll still have the fireplace in this room. And then we'll have it plastered in there. We'll leave the back bit bare brick, rustic brick, and then I think we're just going to then we'll tile in a hearth. Do you call it a hearth? I'm not sure what you call it. And then we'll go from there. Yes, it was really important to me to keep as many of the original fireplaces as possible in this house, because that's what's going to sell the property. Sometimes we'll have to get rid of one. I think we're going to have to get rid of the one downstairs in the kitchen, you know, thinking about it. But we'll come to those plans later on. We're still on this first phase, is what hubby's calling it. So yeah, we've got some sockets there wired in next to the fire, and I want it very simple in here. I think I've spoken of my plans in here. So we're going to have a nice central little fireplace down there, obviously a lovely gorgeous surround, so it'll look like a living room from this point of view. TV on the wall, hopefully we'll get it to look like it's a piece of artwork. Also, we were discussing this ceiling detail. So obviously, this is the original ceiling detail. It's absolutely stunning. That was all covered up by all those built-in wardrobes for years, so it was hidden behind there. So was the whole of the chimney breast wall, to be honest with you. What a shame. And then, obviously, they re-skimmed the walls in here and the ceiling at some point and had this room done, and they put just normal coving in so you can see where it meets. It's like original, new. Can you see the difference? That is why I don't like new builds. New builds don't even put this in. It just ends like a square box, matchbox. So unfortunately, we can't restore that because you can't get things made like this anymore. We'll never be able to match that. It's years old. It's really unfortunate. So we're going to have it all plastered up and gotten rid of, so to speak. But don't fret, guys, because I'm thinking of, you know, using just my creativity, and we're going to create some ceiling detail like this around the room so that the room has some sort of character still. I'll design it and I'll have it done. So I'm going to do that when we do the paneling, so the ceiling will be as gorgeous as it was originally. We've had some wires put into the centre of the room here for a chandelier. The original ones was there and there was 2 in here, and we're going to be getting rid of those. We're just going to have one in the centre. And yeah, originally I said the roof goes like this above the window outside, and we were thinking about knocking through that bit of the ceiling there and having that gorgeous like triangular detail, vaulted just style detail over the window. This room would look lovely with that. However, we've been in the loft. I'm going to show you the loft later. What an exciting space. We don't think we're going to be able to do this bit here, and now we're very grateful for it because I think we're going to be using that loft space for something, which I'll show you later. Guys, what a gorgeous morning out of this window in the master room. It's so bloody beautiful. So we're already really high up on the hills overlooking the woods. So as you can imagine, these trees, they're ginormous, what you see in front of you. And it just feels like you're up in the trees. And that is what we are. It's so nice to hear the birds and watch them. It's just lovely. Oh, can you see that little squirrel there on the branch? Hello, I can see you. Mr. Nut Nut. One of my friends, Kate, on YouTube. Really supportive, so hi Kate, thanks for being so supportive and so kind all the time. But she also has a little squirrel visitor back door, and she gives it nuts every day, and she calls it Mr. Nut Nut, and I thought that was absolutely adorable. Getting distracted by nature. So what else have we got to show you in this room? Obviously we'll be doing the paneling in here again, so I've been looking at paneling designs. So we'll talk about that in a future video. So yeah, I did the first fix. Like I said, we've got sockets next to our bedside. So we measured out what our Super King bed would come to. And then we planned in the sockets around that. We also planned them a certain height above the skirting boards, taking into account our paneling down here as well. So we're using the same measurements throughout the house with that. I'll talk more about that later when we get to the paneling stage after it's been plastered. So we'll be having USB sockets obviously next to the bed so that you can charge your phone, etc, etc. And we need to choose some sockets, guys. I've seen some that I really like, and they're £32 each, which is totally not cool. So I'm going to have a hunt around, because I want aged brass sockets. For the light switches, I want the toggles, you know, the little toggle detail. And yeah, the sockets, you see, I'm being really fussy. Again, it's the Suzy thing with the details. I don't know why I'm like this, but things really bug me like this. So they do aged brass sockets on the market, but when I'm searching, in them, you know where the plug goes, the 3-pin bit, it's like plastic, but it's black, and I don't want black in the sockets. So that's why I'm being really fussy. And the ones that don't have black and they're like absolutely bespoke are about £32, I think, from like Pookie Lights. I've seen them. It's called Pookie Lights, and that's where they do the nice ones. As you can see, we've got a wire hanging from this side, and we've also got a wire hanging from that side, because I thought with having such high ceilings in the house, we could absolutely take advantage and draw the eye up to the ceiling height with, instead of bedside tables, lamps sat on the bed, which draws the eye down to like low. You could then, our other option was to have wall lights, wall sconces as bedside lights next to the bed on the wall. But what I'm thinking is, if we had our bedside lights hanging actually from the ceiling down to the next to the bed. So yeah, that's what I've got hubby to wire in for us. That's what you see there. So our bedside lamps will hang from the ceiling, and I just think that draws your eye straight up to the heights of the ceiling, and that's what I'm trying to create in here. So we'll see what it looks like in the end. I might change my mind and hubby has to fill all these holes in, and we'll go back to the original plan of putting them on the wall. But I want to free up the space on the bedside tables. I want this room to be very minimal, very chic, very elegant, not a lot of furniture. I want the focus to be the fireplace. I want the focus to be the restful bed area, the ambience lighting, and the nature outside in the tree. Oh guys, I can't wait to do this room. I can't wait to decorate, you know, and choose the rug and the flooring. Oh my God, I can't wait till we get to that stage. Guys, it won't be long until we get to that stage, because as much as what you're looking at now is just a building site, it will soon be all fresh and white and plastered, and yeah, and it just like really comes together very quick, doesn't it? Like, that's what I learned from the last house. But yeah, I can't wait to choose a new bed, a new rug. I just can't wait. Okay, let's come out the bedroom and I'll show you some updates. You'll just have to excuse us because we've had to take out the electricity. So we've got wired up here. So as you walk out of our bedroom, you're in this really tall space again, a really grand hallway and staircase. And then obviously the staircase comes into two different directions. So we've got all this space on the wall up here. It's really rather grand. Again, we've got all that ceiling detail here. We're still in the middle of stripping off the wallpaper over the stairs there because it's just a really high space, like I said. So we've got wired in there, a bit more central, a new lighting. So we're going to have a chandelier hanging from here right over the stairs in this space, which I think is just going to look absolutely incredible when all this space is white. And then on the walls, because I was just going to leave it really plain, like white, and then let the chandelier do all the talking in this really tall space, drawing the eye again up towards the height of this space. It's really high. I wish you could see it in person. But I've seen somebody who had a big space like this wall above their staircase. It was an American house, and she actually painted a big rectangle on the wall, really large, and then in the centre of that she placed some sticker mirrors. And oh my God, it just obviously reflected the staircase, the chandelier and everything to do with the hallway, and it just looked twice the size. It looked absolutely spectacular. So yeah, I might do something like that. I was, however, going to put on this wall and do some really large, my favourite prints of the family in black and white, and have a gallery wall on the staircase here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, to be continued. But like I said, if we go for the mirror option, which I'm swaying more towards, because you guys know me, you know I don't like family photos around the house. I just don't. I don't know why that is. I just don't like them around the house. But yeah, we've got this grand wall. If we wanted to do a gallery wall on there, we could. Or we've even got the hallway in here that we could do a gallery wall on as you're walking down the hall. That might be nice. So also, we've plasterboarded that space now and gotten rid of the attic opening. And then, as you can see in the centre, we'll be having another chandelier right up there in the centre of the walkway. And everybody kept asking me, including the plasterer who we had round, to give us a quote on plastering this whole space. He was like, "Are you keeping this?" And he pulled a face. I was like, "Absolutely, I am keeping that. You will have to work around it. It's beautiful." So I have been in the loft with hubby, and I'll insert that footage for you now. Oh, wow. Keep hold, hubby.
I'm holding it.
Oh, it's lovely. I can see what you mean about that window. I like the way the ceiling goes. What a good space that would be. So that's the space in the loft, and we're going to come back down the stairs. And actually I was up this ladder and the opening for the loft was actually just here, a tiny little hatch. So I was up the top of the hatch, hubby was holding the ladder, and I just filmed what I saw inside the loft, which is what you just saw then. So we're going to come into this first bedroom, and we've had a few new ideas, so I'll just run them by you and just let you know what we're thinking. So there's this little tiny bedroom. We've got the floodlights in here. Let me just get past. You'll have to excuse the floor as well, because like I said, hubby's been rewiring up here, so he's had to go under the floorboards and all that jazz. That's what it looks like under the floorboards. So I've put you on an ultra wide lens so you can see the whole room. So we stood in the little room. So we didn't know what we were going to do with this little room. Hubby has put it to me. He said, why don't you have this little room as your like office or beauty room or whatever you want to have it as. He said, and then I will build you a staircase in this room, from this room up into the attic, and then that can be your little like filming space, den, or whatever you want it to be. So that is very interesting. So now I've been thinking, wouldn't this room look really good as an actual office, this little space here, with a computer in here, desk and all that jazz? I don't know the configuration or anything, but then we'll have like a really nice set of stairs, I'm just talking this way hypothetically, up to the attics, into the attic space above, and then that can also be my like dressing room, wardrobe room, oh my god, my closet. Can you imagine a closet in that space? My creative mind is blowing up with that information, and he's so lovely, isn't he, my husband? And then obviously when we sell the house, this could be used as a computer room, study room. The top room could be used as a bedroom, so you wouldn't be getting rid of a bedroom. You could even turn this into a bedroom if you wanted, another little tiny bedroom. And then obviously we've got the other two rooms as well, which is down that side. So yeah, that sounds like a good idea, to be honest.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this.
Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning. What a lovely spring morning it is. It's about just before dinner time. I've just done the food shop for a Sunday roast, as you can see behind me, and I picked up a little candle as well. I'll show you all that when I get back. But in the woods they do like events, and there's like a little craft fair on apparently in the woods. So I'm gonna go and have a little wander around. Apparently they've got refreshments. Don't know what it's gonna be like, but we could go together.
Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you, on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two.
It's a bit later on in the day now on Sunday. We've got the roast cooking, and we've just had family over, and my sister-in-law has just brought me a gorgeous bottle of rosé, so I'm going to pop that with our Sunday roast dinner, which is cooking away nicely. I've got my candle lit. Oh, also, I wanted to show you what arrived. I ordered a brochure from Tom Howley's Kitchens, and yeah, it's arrived. And what I've learned from the last time round was you can't start the planning of a kitchen early enough. So I'm just getting brochures, I'm just getting some ideas, but how nice are these kitchens? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It gets me really, really excited to do this kitchen and dining space. I can't wait to make a start on actually designing and planning this space. Like, I already know what colours I want. So we had a really good weekend, and it was really nice to like get our heads out of the sand or out of the building site, so to speak, and just go for dinner. We went to a new place and the food was, oh my god, the food was so good. I had 2 passion fruit martinis, not had one of those for a long time, and I'm not joking yet, I was nearly falling all over the shop on the way out. We got home, we were really well fed, we popped a film on, hubby was out like a light, so was I, and then yeah, we just had a really wholesome weekend. So on the Sunday it was really nice, we had family over, we did a roast dinner and a few glasses of rosé, and yeah, and just a nice ending to the week. So in terms of the house, work has actually stopped, which I'm quite glad of, really. It will just mean that we have some downtime, some time to recuperate, ready to start again when it's time to do so. And it'll give us a chance to like plan and see where we're at with ideas, just feel the space a little bit. Hubby's, once he gets some momentum, he just wants to like carry on going, but I don't think that's a good idea because he will get burnt out no matter what he thinks. But yeah, work stopped for the simple fact that it's made us stop due to the plasterer. The plasterer came and quoted us for phase 1, which is obviously the bedroom, the first lounge, the snug, and all of the hallway. So he came around and quoted us for that, and also said that he can't put us in until 2 weeks. So we've got nothing else to do really, because the other part of the house, walls need coming down before we do anything else, and we can't start that before all this is done. So yeah, we've got no choice but to stop. What else have I got to update you on before we end this vlog? Oh, it's Tuesday today, we've got Safe Style UK coming round this evening to quote us on my sash windows for the bay window downstairs. So I'm really excited about that. So I'll let you guys know what happens with that on the next vlog. And then also, we ordered and thrifted a little electric stove fire for the bedroom. I'll talk about it when it arrives in next week's vlog. I'm sure we will find plenty to do in the meantime. I definitely will. So today I went to Primark this morning. I'm actually wearing a little jumper that I picked up from Primark now, and yeah, I picked up a few bits that I really love, and it's been sunshining, so that's been really nice. I've just been enjoying nature and the woods, and yeah, this video is like way too long already. Let me know what you guys think of the progress so far, or any ideas you've got, or inspiration, or anything at all. Like, leave me a comment because I love chatting with you guys down there. Thanks for joining me in today's vlog. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys, bye.